Right now, we are going to dive into Instagram and highlight a number of the best practices that can help make you and your dealership a lot more successful on the Instagram platform. Now, if you are considering using Instagram for marketing your dealership, you need to understand that this is a visual-first platform. Now, while it can be a great place to show off your dealership, users will not tolerate or interact with poor quality images or what most dealers are really guilty of, inventory stuffing. Planning your strategy in advance with the best practices in mind is crucial if you want to see any level of success on Instagram. Now, before you post your first picture or your first video on Instagram, you really need to have an understanding of who your audience is and, more importantly, how they are using the platform. You cannot walk into any media strategy blindly. Start out by asking yourself a few questions. First question, what do our current customers really like about our dealership? Who exactly is it that we are trying to reach? Are any of your competitors finding any success on Instagram? And if they are, what is it that they are doing? Once you have done some soul searching and a little bit of research, you should be ready to tackle Instagram. Now, to help get you started and moving in the right direction, here are the top 10 best practices that will help set you up for success on Instagram. Tip number 1, you need to establish a business profile for your dealership. Like so many other digital and social media platforms, a lot of dealerships feel that they have got this platform covered thanks to an employee or a sales rep who's posting on their own personal page. Establishing a business profile is a crucial first step. You want to be able to build the dealership's brand and the dealership's image in a way that a personal profile will not allow. Now, tip number 2, give your Instagram bio all the attention that it deserves. If you want your Instagram profile to appeal to users, you need some curb appeal. You got to keep it to 150 characters or less and use a sharp, crisp photo or logo. You need to capture the essence of your dealership, who you are, what you have to offer, and why you're different. Tip number 3, do not let your creative get stale, ever. The creative possibilities on Instagram are abundant. By experimenting with the different types, the media options, and all the editing tools, you can easily shake up your content routine and keep your image fresh and current. And tip number 4, you need to set some goals. Your Instagram post and campaign should be designed to appeal to your audience based on their interests. And to drive results over time, you will need to set SMART goals. What's a SMART goal? It is a goal that is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And tip number 5, you need to create a content calendar. Spontaneous posts are fine when opportunity strikes, but steady progress requires discipline. Use a content calendar to organize your posts and schedule them in advance. And as you're setting up and adjusting your content calendar, you need to pay attention to the timing. Schedule the posts based on the days and the time windows when your audience is most likely to be on the platform and be in a position to respond. Next up, tip number 6, and I cannot overemphasize this one enough. You must track your campaign and your engagement. Like any other media campaign, you will never know what's working if you are not monitoring and tracking it. Tip number 7, you need to post engaging, high-quality images. We mentioned this at the very beginning. Instagram is all about great visuals and content. Scroll through some of the popular feeds with thousands of likes and views, and you will quickly understand why those brands are driving engagement. Be sure to tell visual stories. Video is highly effective at telling your story within a very short time frame. Tip number 8, stay on top of Instagram changes and updates. You know this. Instagram is owned by Facebook. And if Facebook likes to do anything, it really likes to change the platform and change it a lot. Instagram is constantly changing too. And you have to be right there when new features or new updates hit. Tip number 9, make sure you focus on quality, not quantity. Like any other social media network, Instagram always rewards quality over quantity. Get the most out of the ever-changing Instagram algorithm by posting good quality content at peak times. And tip number 10, and the final best practice, make data-driven decisions. This applies to every medium you use to promote your dealership. Digital, social, TV, radio, streaming, it doesn't matter. I know it's boring and tracking performance and looking at the various analytics pages, but you will never know what's driving customers to your dealership if you don't take some time and analyze that data. So there you go. The top 10 best practices for Instagram delivered to you in under 6 minutes. My advice, get involved, get posting high quality images and videos, and get your dealership found on Instagram.